In this video, it's the Team Corally Shiroi 8 scale, big, extra large, 6S powered, short course style truck. This thing promises to be everything that we've seen so far. Absolutely menacing, bad to the bone. It's got all the good goodies, from the shocks to the metal drive lines. It's got all the good stuff ready to run. I'm excited to get this thing out of the box and give it a test and see just how good it is. If you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Troy. This is Roadside RC. You'll tend to find me bashing or crawling or drifting or racing, plus doing product review videos and how-tos. Let's get it out of the box and start taking a look at it. Let me just say, this box is big. We got to get the wide angle shot for this thing. This is Team Corally CT2R. It's got all the dual rates, throttle trims, steering reverses, all the kind of stuff that you would expect from a ready-to-run radio. We have a manual for both the truck itself and the controller, along with, look at this, a nice little lanyard that they're going to give you. Oof. Look at it. Now that is a truck. Check that thing out. That just looks great. You know, I do a lot of reviewing budget-oriented things on this channel. This isn't one of those. Look at the absolute size. Plush shocks. Check out that suspension travel. Oh, that is fun. I can't wait to hit some bumps and watch it just absorb those. The body here, we have a little plastic window net. We have two different drivers in there. You got some scale details there in the cockpit. Big body with a massive front bumper. We have all the molded in details, the fans and all that back here. Oh, I can't get over the shocks. I'm really surprised how much that is very satisfying. I don't know. That's very satisfying. Flip it over. Massive, absolutely massive front skid plate here. Look at how beefy the control arms. We have that aluminum center chassis. Similar back here at the back with the skid, and even bigger, thicker, more massive control arms back there. I mean, this is some premium stuff. This is not budget oriented. This is not supposed to be necessarily for the beginner. This is next level truck, and as you look at the components on this, you can tell. Taking the body off. Underneath here, we have all of the components that you would expect. The Team Corally, the 185 ESC, dual plugs on it. I love that they still use XT90. I am a big XT90 fan. All my batteries already have them on it. So this is super convenient for me. And they provide the bypass, so in case you want to run a single 4S instead of the dual 3s or a single 6S, you can. We have the Corally 2050 6S capable motor, along with their 7225 servo, metal servo horn, servo saver down in here. But what really stands out to me is just the absolute beef around these control arms. The center braces. I mean, I've had multiple other brands bashers. None of their stuff comes this beefy. Now, that is just very, very thick, very big bracing in there. Very happy to see that. Metal hinge pin holders, which is an upgrade that you have to do to some other vehicles. Sway bar is already installed. Shocks have shock caps protectors on them. Hopefully we don't really need that with the big body and everything that we have, but it's nice that they included it. Big aluminum shock bodies. Adjustable preload on them, big shock shafts. I do notice metal center diff case with the metal out drives and everything. Now I do have a little bit of fluid down here. Yeah, that is diff fluid right there at the bottom. So a little bit of that is leaked out during transportation. We will have to see as we drive. We may end up having to take that apart, refill it, or put thicker fluid in it. The Corally vehicles that I have driven before have been set up a little bit more, I'm going to say race oriented, with thinner fluids in it, not necessarily bash oriented. So we may end up wanting to dig into that center diff and put some thicker fluid in it anyway. But do note that is just leaking a little bit out of the box. Again, just looking here at the components, loving the shocks. A couple of different places that you can mount the shocks on the top, but not really a lot of adjustability. This isn't full race tune vehicle. This is going to be a short course, really fun basher. One of the things they talk about is this is on the extra long chassis, and so I wanted to give an example here. This is the Team Corally Punisher, which if you look at it, you can tell has been through a little bit of war with my kids driving, and I need to get on them for not cleaning it up when they put it back. But if we align the center line of the front axles, you can see how much longer this Shiroi is versus the Punisher, which it is going to be the shorter wheelbase, but it is a noticeably bigger truck versus it. It has just an overall bigger presence, even though I believe Punisher has a wider total stance. Just with that major body on there and everything, it feels very different. Now this is a first class instruction manual. I love it. You can tell kind of Team Corally's history within racing and everything. They're going to give you the gearing chart over here, which by the way, they do offer the 16 tooth pinion in the box. So you can actually jump up from the 13 to the 16 if you're so inclined. They're talking about how frequently you should be changing the shock oil, along with a table of how thick you want your shock oil depending on how you're going to be using it. Exploded diagram here of the shock with detailed instructions of how you want to rebuild it. Same thing for the differentials, front, rear, and center, along again with guidelines as to how thick a fluid you want depending on what you're doing. And then very detailed exploded diagrams through this whole thing, including also your optional parts that you may want to pick up. Really good information, really good part numbers, everything that's included in here, all the screws, all the option parts from batteries and everything that you can get. This is top notch. This is definitely next level compared to what you see with a lot of kits, even from some of the big names anymore. And this is really nice. First run, I have a CNHL 120C 4S LiPo. So we're going to start with 4S before we jump to 6S. Steering servo feels good. Servo saver feels good. That's some pretty good power even just on 4S. Oh, that is awesome. That feels really good for just being 4S. Obviously the grass here, it takes it with ease. You can see the body roll big time, even with the sway bars in there. Hulk truck plus that body just weighs so much. You can see it rolling. The suspension soaking up bumps and everything really nicely. Oh, that was bad. Nice. Oh, look at that. Typical SCT things. Grass and everything all in the truck. Alright, I have these two 5200 3S LiPos. They might be just a little bit too big, because if you look at this, the second battery actually is too tall. They're too thick to lay sideways next to each other, and then when you lay them down flat, second battery is actually above the battery holder. So that means if it takes a big frontal impact, like it has a couple times already, there's a chance this battery wants to shoot out the front. So we got to watch that. Also, I need to figure out where in the heck, how I'm going to secure all these wires. That is a lot faster. Oh yeah. Ooh! It's like pulling the wheels off the ground. Oh, it gets squirrely now under power, spinning those tires. Whoa! Oh, that is fast. Oh! All the body roll means not a speed run truck. Somebody tore up my yard. Hey, it jumps a whole lot better on 6S. That extra power does really good for giving you extra air control. Oh, boo! Oof. That is wild. Hey. Oof, 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 oof. What? Turns out it's a stunt truck. Alright, recognizing that is absolutely horrible for the tires, kudos to Corally for making tires that don't immediately shred when I do that. Alright, back from the bash session. Batteries did good. 6S was the way to go. Yes, we continue to pack this thing full of grass. That just happens. That's just normal. Big body stuff. You're always going to make a mess on the inside. They tried with these guards to help us. It helps. Otherwise, it'd be completely full of grass. But that's just part of a short course truck. But we bashed it. We crashed it multiple times. And honestly, you can't even really tell. Shock towers are solid, control arms and everything are solid. Everything feels literally as tight as it came out of the box. It is really, really good. ESC is like basically outside ambient temperature. It's in good shape. Motor is actually hot, especially on 6S running in the grass. It's a little hot. I could see looking for some fans, looking for at minimum a heatsink to go on it. Just sitting here thinking about what I just did with this truck. It's really pretty good, actually. I don't think I really have any complaints about it. It's exactly what it says it is, right? Is it a race buggy? No. No. If you want something that handles better, a race buggy or a truggy is a dramatically better choice, and Team Corally has you covered in those options. It's not the biggest stunty backflip monster either. Again, that's more like the Team Corally Punisher, more stunt truck. But if you want something that looks just absolutely amazing, look at that thing. It looks so cool. Drives pretty scale. I love the suspension flow and flex, and appears to be as durable as a freaking tank with as many times as I crashed it and rolled it and did everything and it just kept coming back and asking for more. Then this is a really, really fun option. I'd say the only downside the whole time that I had this thing bashing was that center diff did leak, and I could still see it. It caught a lot of dirt and kind of left a little smeary spot in the center of the truck. But the good news is that maybe it was just like a little that spilled putting in. Maybe it's a little bit that was like over full or something. I never noticed a situation where the front tires seemed to balloon up as if it had lost diff fluid. I also, compared to when I've driven previous Corally vehicles, the center diff and the fluids in this truck really were set up a lot more towards bashing. Previous vehicle that I'd driven for them, it was way too light. Hit the throttle and the front tires just ballooned, and you can just tell it wasn't really set up for hardcore bashing. This one, the fluids directly out of the box was a concern that I had, and I was completely wrong. And it's really good set up, and it just feels great to bash. The one thing that I would caution you about with this truck, 6S capable, big time off-road basher, is you do have to kind of look at the price a little bit. $725 as I look on A-Main right now. that's a pretty hefty price tag, no matter what vehicle you're buying. And when you compare it to its competitors, it's a little bit of a struggle. The most appropriate direct head-to-head comparison to this thing is the Arrma Mojave. Now, they have a 4S and a 6S version. The 4S version's only $569, so that's a pretty big hunk off of this price. The 6S version is $679, $680. So, you're talking $45, something like that, cheaper than this truck. Now, how durable is it head to head? I can't honestly answer that. I've never actually owned a Mojave 6S. Driven one, bashed one with my buddy a couple times, and so far it's very similar. Is this tougher than it? I just really can't answer that for you. And then the other truck that people would typically at first glance compare this to is the Traxxas UDR. But the truth is, it's not really the same thing. The UDR is more expensive at $799. Oh, that's a lot of money. But it's also a solid rear axle trailing arm, like more true scale trophy truck, whereas this is the four-wheel independent suspension. It's not really the same thing. The Traxxas UDR is a super scale short course truck. This is a basher short course truck. What's next for me on this is I really want to get this to a racetrack. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. We have a couple little kind of just like more casual tracks near us. Obviously, if you're going to go to a more serious racetrack, there's no class for you to run this in. So it wouldn't make any sense taking it there. Although one of my local tracks does let you pretty much run anything in novice. And that could be kind of funny. But I'd like to take it to an actual just racetrack. I think the thing is going to be pretty fun. I think it'll handle really well. I think it'll look great going around the track. I even want to put like a camera inside of it. I even have an FPV setup, head tracky FPV setup that could be a lot of fun with this truck. So I have a couple ideas of things that I want to do, but I'm curious what you want to see me do with it. So have you seen some other reviews of it? Are you intrigued by this? Have I not answered any of the questions that you have about it? If so, leave them down in the comments. Leave me any questions that you have. Leave me any suggestions about what you think could be fun to see me do with this truck, and I'll see if I can't work them into a future video. If, on the other hand, you are looking at other vehicles that you may want to purchase, I have a whole vehicles review playlist that'll be popping up over here to your right, and I hope to see you in one of those videos. If you want this truck specifically, there'll be a link in the video description where you can purchase it. So thank you for watching, and goodbye.